Can you believe that worked? Next time, shoot him in the head or something. Feathers everywhere. I wasn't letting him walk off. So we're running in here this evening. We got a dinner to go to tonight by 6 o'clock. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here, give it till about maybe 4:30, and then we're gonna roll out if we don't do any good. But had some birds hanging around in here because it's so windy. We had some birds coming in with Dad's bird this morning, so bunch in the area. We're just gonna go in here, see if we can do some blind calling. Maybe one come running up to us. So we're gonna see if we can make it happen. Got about 3 hours. Dude. Oh. That was the same dude from this morning. Oh man. We come in here on the opposite end of the property. Got set up. I mean, you can kind of see this thin, just scrub oaks. Not very much underbrush, but a little bit. It's kind of thick in here. But a few openings in, just like little cover areas. And threw a decoy out, and we were expecting the birds to kind of come from this way or this way, and I'd be daggone if he didn't gobble right back there. And so we kind of spun around a little bit, shimmied, and next thing you know, I could see him coming through the woods. I said, man, we can't move. And we was boogieing around, look, and we thought it was the longbeard coming up, but it was a jake actually, and he hung out wide, and then big softball head come through the tag. Yeah, he come, and Casey was on the far end of us, and me and Cody's all the way over here, and Dad was in between us, and he almost walked over the top of Casey. But we was trying to let him come on around, and man, I think he got sideways of us, seen us sticking off the tree. He's a good bird, deep gobble. He knew what was up. He started putting, and he's just out of sight, just out of range, and he just made a circle back around, and I got a good feeling he's gonna go off in them big oak hammocks up there and roost up this evening. You better be on his A game in the morning, bud. We're gonna be back. All right, so we're back at the hayfield. Spitting a little bit of rain, wind ain't blowing quite like they said, so maybe these birds wanna come out here and show off a little bit. We're gonna set up a pretty good spread. We're bringing the whole flock. And we're gonna get hit up on one of these big oaks. See if we can't get the birds out in the field and come to us. Let's go get set up. Yeah, it sounded like on the ground. Huh?
Yep. Yeah. Might be.
Hey, one solo. Oh, these woods, I'm walking right here.
I just smoked it.
not believe that that worked. Oh my God. God, this is beautiful. Oh man. That's all. Water out of here. Not a single bird on the roost. I come down here, started circling the property, heading to the south end. Blew the hoot owl all the way across our big duck swamp. Bird gobbled. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going over there. But it funnels down into this bottom. There's a fresh cut over there. A bunch of hens around. I started in here and I was hauling tail because it done broke daylight. Figured birds were already on the ground. I come barreling through this corner wide open, and I just knew that this would be a good spot just to sit. And just right up here, I bumped a hen out, so I sat down and I said, okay, if there's a hen here, he probably knows the hen's here. This would be a good spot to start. And as I was setting the deeks down, another bird bumped out. I swear it looked like a good bird, like a longbeard, maybe a jay. It was a big bird though. So I was hitting the call a little bit, high cackles, like I was doing a fly down, trying to imitate the birds that just flew out of the tree. Got set up, not really where I wanted to be, but I could see a long ways. And I heard him gobbling. He was definitely working this way, so I hit the call one more time, and I just let it rest. And he come up and locate gobbled just right up in the woods, so I got to looking real hard. Sure enough, seen a white head. He was looking, wasn't strutting. And then he kind of blew up in a half strut, and that big oak tree right there blocking my vision. So I'm sitting there looking, and all of a sudden I seen a white head like bobbing in between the daggum other trees beside it. I was like, oh my God, there he is. So right as he dipped back behind it, hit record, kind of bumped the camera a little bit and got my gun up, and he could see the decoys. He was standing beside a big old deer rub, and he could see the decoys, and he hung out right there for a little bit. And man, it wasn't no time. I started looking, I couldn't see him anymore, so I eased my head around the tree. And I don't know if it was just perfect timing, he got weary or what, but he started easing off. He was easing back down the creek. And I started purring a little bit, and he kind of turned to the side. And I'm like, man, you know what? I got 2 weeks off of work. I'm on my last week. Didn't do any good yesterday. Birds been tight-lipped all day. Wind's supposed to get up. It's supposed to do some raining. I fly to Texas tomorrow. He was probably 45 yards. I let 2 go opening day about 40 yards just because I wanted them close for good footage. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and rock one. And hey, that Jebs and that Rogue out that Pretty Ricky, son, he didn't flop a dime. But I did have to wade this creek. She's about thigh deep. Thank you, Lord.